Unfortunately, Tyrion's gone like the wind, and the replays from the Warband series, a lot of them are pretty badly desynced, unfortunately. The event has been going on for a while, and some of those replays were fought on previous hot fixes. You know, we've been getting a lot of patches, little hot fixes from Creative Assembly in the past couple months, so unfortunately a lot of those replays are desynced. I still have a few more I'm going to show you later this week, but for now we've got this replay between Elagast playing the Empire versus Codex, who's playing as the High Elves here. We've got Tyrion YOLOing in, going after Marcus. He's got some Reaver Archers here, some Spearmen, and regular Reavers as well. The obligatory Fireborn, Lothern Seaguard, and Spearmen with a Lord of Beasts caster. We've got some Swordsmen here for the Empire, long rifles as well. Spearmen scattered around, looks like Empire Knights, Royal Altar Griffites, and the Silver Bullets Handgunners, a regiment of renown. Lore of Shadows is a very interesting choice, a little bit suboptimal, maybe. I guess looking for the damage and slow of Melkos, as well as the direct stat debuff of, yeah, that, is it? Enfeebling Foe. One thing I will say here for Elagast is his guns so far, they've been doing a good job shooting on the approach. They've actually managed to rout one archer, but they have been sort of spreading their shots into different targets. Now, granted, they've been able to do some really good damage to Tyrion, which is a super high value target, but for me, I'd probably focus all those guns onto one target. You could have probably routed like all of these, maybe not all the archers, maybe 3 or 4 of the archers already. You know, that being said, they are still certainly doing some work. But long-range High Elf bows can get in range to countershoot them relatively easily. You see the High Elf Cavalry also kind of pressuring the flank here. Royal Altar Griffites should have no problem tearing them to shreds. But this ranged fight, while initially is obviously going to go in the Empire's favor with the ranged advantage, the High Elves definitely bring the bow power up close. And they can trade pretty well here. I don't know, we'll see. It might be pretty even still. But Tyrion taking all that high-value damage, I don't know. The Silver Bullets being able to provide just great DPS up close, super accurate fire, nice fire rate as well, great armor piercing damage. Yeah, they should be quite effective there, but it does look like a couple of long rifles are shut down, and yeah, we see the difference of having the extra sea guards there on the flanks. Just that little bit of extra volume allows the High Elves to mostly win that ranged fight. Value trade-wise, hard to say who really won there, but it does look like Tyrion pretty early pops his Heart of Avalorn, which is going to give him a nice burst of healing. Basically eats all that damage that he had taken. Granted, still a lot of value. It's like a, what, 300 gold item, 200 gold item, something like that. So, not cheap, certainly. But Marcus Wolfhart here, just taking some shots at the Mage, trying to snipe. Mage also blasts herself with a miscast there. As the Fireborn move through, they're going to shut down these long rifles, but they've got a much more important target to fight. That's the Altar Griffites here. Looks like the Fireborn want none of that smoke in a heads-up engagement, so they're going to pull back to the safety of their archers here and not get caught out with Empire having the support advantage. But Tyrion also chasing there, doing a little bit of DPS. Looks like he's trying to form a little mobile hammer and anvil situation, blob them up around Tyrion, and then rear charge with the Knights, or the Dragon Princes rather, but they do not land that charge, unfortunately. Pull a little bit back there, and instead going to switch over to wrecking these Empire Knights. Yeah, looks like the Silver Bullets have a nice position here, potentially to fire, except their line of sight is going to come back to troll them pretty significantly. They do have a couple little firing lanes here. A couple of those unimodels had kind of gotten separated out a little bit there. But, yeah, the Altar Griffites hanging. Going to swing over and just devour the Silurian Reaver Archer. Maybe not as quickly as I might have thought, but eventually they will. Yeah, the Reaver is being used to pressure the Silver Bullets pretty heavily here. Marcus drops his net to try and save them. Empire Knights swing in, great use of them. Meanwhile, the Spearmen are just slugging each other in the front line. Not a lot to talk about over there, but let's keep the eyes on this Cavalry kind of gunfight here as the Silver Bullets once again find themselves impacted by a Cavalry charge. Not the best charge. Quite a few unit models still stuck up on the Griffites, and kind of pulling away from the Griffites is going to afford them a few free hits. Ooh, is that maybe going to be yeah, Block of Doom being used there to hit something. I'm not really sure what exactly, but Melkos, in this instance, like slowing down the Fireborn so that the Altar Griffites can chase them is going to be super useful here if we do see a cast of that. But Marcus right now getting beat up by Tyrion's not ideal by any means. Got plenty of ammunition left, so the Empire player definitely needs to get him away from Tyrion. Yeah, just taking like multiple successive hits in a row there. HP just drops rapidly. He gets routed off very, very quickly. The Fireborn did get routed off as well, but Tyrion's definitely got the speed to try and chase Marcus off and just finish him straight up here. Yeah, Marcus goes down there. And that is going to be a problem for the leadership of the Empire for sure. That being said, bounce power still in their favor as the Elves are running out of steam a little bit. A lot of their units are struggling to stay on the field. Even the Sea Guard's starting to be run down now by Empire swordsmen. Not an ideal situation at all, but upgraded Flock of Dooms definitely can contribute plenty. Not to mention, you see some Sunfang, Lust for Power here. Tyrion unleashes his AoE damage on the state troops, trying to shore up his men here, or his elves rather, against the men of the Empire. Empire Knights move over. They're going to try and shut down the Reaver Archers. Looks like the Altdorf fights also get finished off in this fight as well. They don't have benefit of healing. Neither side does, actually, but yeah, the Fireborn there just carrying in the very late stage, and all of a sudden things turn around pretty quickly for the Elves. They're able to rally a few units together. The leadership issues for the Empire become very real with the loss of Marcus, and all of a sudden this balance of power turns pretty rapidly. Still, Melkos Mystifying Miasma alive and well with that caster, looking to take out that Fireborn, finish off that elite cavalry if they can. Same thing, Flock of Doom over here, although that miscast again is going to deal some damage to the lower beast caster herself. But be careful with that, especially if she's got more Winds of Magic left to give. But 3 Fireborn left and 7 Reavers. That is Elven leadership to a T. You still have one pretty healthy unit of Empire Knights that could be kind of the ace unit of remaining for the Empire. The problem is, how are you going to take out Tyrion in the late game? And right now I'm not really seeing tools to be able to do so. Well, Silver Bullets come back from rout. They definitely can get some good DPS on Tyrion. If they don't route to the Reaver Archer arrows, which they immediately do, not to mention Tyrion's own speed could probably chase them down, no problem. But let's see. The game's definitely got still plenty left. Not a lot of arrows left for these bows, though, as Lothar and Seaguard drop their last shots here on these Empire Knights. Empire Knights taking some shots from the back as well. A little bit of damage. A little bit of chip damage there. Nothing insane, but Empire Knights armor, missile block chance will definitely defend against the majority of that. But Tyrion here, chasing that Grey Wizard, trying to even up the balance of power a little bit. These Empire Knights definitely should go try and bail out the handgunners, even though if there's only 16 of them. That DPS would be super important against Tyrion if they could get online, but it looks like they are indeed shattered. And the Empire Knights lining up a really nice hammer and anvil here. Lothar and Seaguard slugging it out with the Sigmar's Sons. I see a Flock of Doom, though, hits all the Empire troops remaining in this pocket. Especially those Empire Knights. Definitely can't afford to be taking that little bit of damage there. But it is what it is at this point. Grey Wizard does have that enfeebling foe. I don't know if he has the Winds of Magic available to cast it, but in order to save himself, he probably needs to. Very soon, Empire Knights move in to maybe save him. Oof, it's going to be close. It's definitely going to be close. Balance power is showing in the High Elves' favor now at this point, as that other unit of Empire Knights does rout. The bows of the Elves have good enough AP values that when a unit's that low HP, they'll probably just get taken out here. 3 AP. The Elven bows, solid for sure. Yeah, you can see the Grey Wizard Gandalf here is not too thrilled about his chances of actually prevailing over Tyrion in this fight, and all of a sudden the balance power is going to tip all the way over, go to army losses for the Empire. That will be game. So yeah, quite the back and forth, really fun one for sure. Yeah, both players, you know, maybe could have fine-tuned a little bit things here and there, but ultimately ended up being a very, very close game, so a number of different things could have changed the outcome, but definitely great game to both players, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching that as much as I did. Yeah, Flock of Doom, just so strong, especially against man spam. Empire. Empire width is quite strong. They have some of the best low-tier troops in the game, and just generally cost-effective for their price often, so it makes a lot of sense to go with that Flock of Doom, and super cost-effective on that caster as well. 2 Lothar and Seaguard actually gets good value, whereas the archers kind of get blasted a little bit here. Reavers also, some of them coming in and feasting some significant value. Nice to see, even though they are quite expensive. And then the Dragon Princes also not quite pay for themselves on raw value, but the threat of them is very real. The Royal Alt of Griphites actually, yeah, out DPS them, or out damage them overall in terms of gold value. But then, yeah, long rifle is pretty good. Not all of them pay for themselves. Silver bullets almost, like 4x their value, which is just insane. Such a strong unit if used appropriately, and definitely almost won the game here. If they would have fully taken out Tyrion, they definitely could have won the game for the Empire. But Marcus, unfortunately, just didn't do a lot, I feel, for the Empire here. Like, ultimately, the Nets didn't get as much benefit as they probably needed to, and his own shooting attack was okay, but again, didn't get an amazing amount of value. He's not super expensive, don't get me wrong. It's not like he's a huge waste or anything, but yeah, it's tricky to know what to do in this matchup as the Empire in terms of a Lord selection, because like here, Marcus is cheap enough. I don't know that I would want to reduce the width of this build at all in like taking a more expensive Lord, so maybe he's your best option at this sort of cheaper price range. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you do, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.